Welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So this is the press conference reaction for Unai Emery, Aston Villa v Bournemouth tomorrow. Really excited, can't wait to be there. Bring on the 3 points. So let's react to it. But first of all, the big news was that Ollie Watkins wasn't involved in the England squad, which is really annoying, I guess, for every Villa fan, every England fan. It's frustrating to see. It feels like, you know, same old faces, doesn't it? Same old faces. Whether your form is good or not, you'll get in the England squad. So yeah, it's frustrating. I think, you know, England have got some really good players that are in form, such as Rashford anyway up front. But you know, whether he plays on the left or right, you've only really got Kane. Tony got called up, and I just feel like, for an England fan that I am, that, you know, we need a bit more versatile up front. We need to see different striking options. If Kane gets injured, you know, there is problems, and I think we do need to solve that problem. Really, we saw at the World Cup that, you know, as much as Kane's great, you know, quite poor, weren't it? Really, you know, the striker options, and you know, it just feels like same old with England. Really, we look at the squad now, and you've sort of got players bang out of form. Eric Dyer out of form. Harry Maguire. Enough said. You know, John Stones, his form's not the best, is it? Conor Gallagher's form's not great. Jordan Henderson's form's not great. Maddison's form's not great. Hit and miss, up and down, been injured this season. Mason Mount's form, hit and miss, not great. Calvin Phillips never plays a game. So, you know, what you got to do to get in this squad? What have you got to do to get in this squad? So, bitterly frustrating. Positives on England call-ups. You've got Jacob Ramsey being called up to England under 21s. Irabunam and Aaron Ramsey called up to the England under 20s. Barber and Feeney called up to the England under 18s. So there are some positives with the England setup there. So, you know, I guess it's nice to end on a bit of positive. But, you know, I think for Watkins, got to keep his head down, got to keep the goals going. If he scores the goals, if his form continues, then he cannot be ignored. So I think now the carrot dangling for Watkins is to just keep going, keep firing in the goals, and the call-up will come. So let's have a little look at what Emery said pre-Bournemouth game then. So Coutinho is out, Dendoncker is out, and Kamara is out. So it looks like it'll be the same starting lineup that went into West Ham. Emery spoke about Ollie Watkins to start with, saying, I think he deserved it, but England have some very good players. He has to keep going, keep improving, and keep working hard. That is the challenge now. The reaction is very important. So, you know, Unai is echoing my thoughts. Emery on Bournemouth, it'll be very difficult. They are in a very good moment. They are trying to escape. They've been very competitive and very aggressive. So, you know, we've spoke about Bournemouth in detail in the predicted lineup and match preview, that they're going to come in, they're going to sit in, they're going to hit us on the counter. We've got to be careful of their our space in between our left back and right backs. If they go forward, that crossfield ball, you've got Anthony and Artaria, who would like to get in behind our fullbacks. So we've got to be careful from that. We've got to be careful of Billing running through the lines. You know, and we've got to be on it. We can't concede early. That is the big one for me. Don't concede early, and, you know, do everything that we need to do. Ramsey spoke about in an interview about, you know, the difference of playing at home and what Emery expects, and one of his quotes was to take time on the ball. So taking time on the ball, the possession, the slow build-up at times, you know, is how we want to play. It's not 100 mile an hour, so, you know, let's just be mindful of that. Emery spoke about the Inner City Academy at Brookvale. It's very important for the future. I think football I think football is a very good way to grow up as a person and obviously as a player. A little thing about that Brook Vale, we saw an interview, with the mayor of Birmingham as well, and there seems to be this little vibe of until the Witton station can get the go-ahead to be regenerated, then the stadium at the North Stand won't really have that massive go-ahead. So there isn't a date so far for the North Stand to be redeveloped. So we are still really waiting for Witton Station to have the go-ahead, to have the funding from the council so they can improve Witton, and then in turn it will generate, that area, and then we can go ahead with the North Stand. So, Witton Station just isn't fit for purpose for 42,000. So for 50,000, there is an issue there. So I think we're still waiting for that to be given the go-ahead. We get a lot of questions in the comment section saying, is it next season? There isn't a date on the North Stand. So until that can be addressed, then it won't get the go-ahead. So that's more, some thoughts on that. But yeah, it's brilliant for kids growing up in that area to have somewhere that they can go and they can play football. Emery on tomorrow, he was saying that tomorrow is a challenge to play with our personality and impose our idea. I'm very excited to play with our supporters and show our best performance. We have to be very focused that we can manage for 90 minutes. My idea always is to win and transmit energy to our supporters. We are very confident. We have been strong defensively, but tomorrow is a new challenge. So again, it's all about Villa doing everything that they've been working on the training ground, imposing ourselves, imposing our style. Again, we get comments from fans saying they want it to be faster, they want us to attack down the wings, they want to get the ball forward nice and quickly. But if I'm being brutally honest, that's not how we play. So that's not how we play now. So it's about understanding how we play to transmit your thoughts on how we are doing. Because for me, if you're saying you want it to go forward quickly, you want to go pacey with wingers, you want to lump it up in X amount of passes, then unfortunately that's not how we play. So for me, it's about educating yourself on how we are playing. We are playing slow build-up from the back, working opportunities, dominating possession and dominating the football game. So that is a case of keeping hold of the football, not wasting possession, not playing the passes too quickly and taking too many risks. It's about controlling the game. Emery wants Villa to have a grip on the game. He doesn't want it to be counter-attacking football where we go forward, we lose it, they attack, we have to win it back, we have to then go forward again. He doesn't want that. He wants Villa to control the game, control possession with build-up from the back. So for me tomorrow, that is what we're going to see. We're going to see Villa with 65% possession of the football, dictating the play, not getting caught, not letting them break on us in transition. We've got to stop all of that and we've got to control the game. So that's what we're expecting. That's how we're going to play. That's what I expect. Obviously, the problem that we have is that playing that way at home, Bournemouth are going to sit in, they're going to have a low block, they're going to have a mid block, and they're going to say, break us down. So it's down to Villa to break them down, whether it's, however we're going to go down the left, go down the right. But, we've got to move the ball quickly, I understand that. But, when they're going to be camped in, it's down to us to break them down. So I think that's how we're going to play, and Emery just wants to impose our style on the game and get the 3 points. And for me, all I care about is getting them 3 points. 3 points, climbing that table, that's all I'm bothered about. So, where we are this season, I think from where we've been, we've made great progress. I think we can all see that the style's there. We can all see that what we're trying to do. So it's just about getting the points. And that's where I'm at. The points is all I care about. If I go there tomorrow and I'm not solely entertained, I don't care. I want the 3 points. So that's where my mindset's at. Let me know what your thoughts are. So yeah, that's all of our pre-match content for this week then. So we'll be back for fan cams. I'm going to the under-23 game tonight. We've got Southampton at Bodymoor, so I'll be back tonight with a little reaction video of how they've played. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, plenty of content coming out at the weekend. Subscribe to the channel, drop your thoughts. Up the Villa.